So finally, we are coming to the last ascendant, and that is Pisces ascendant. I hope you are seeing the right video. Mind you, this entire conversation is on the basis of the ascendant. It is not on the basis of your sun sign, nor on the basis of your moon sign. And you need to know your ascendant first. How do you know your ascendant? Go to greenstonelobocom. There you will see a section called as free horoscopes. Go there, fill in your birth details. You will require your time of birth. Okay, once you put in all the birth details and then enter, then you will see the horoscope being generated, and in that there will be planetary details. You'll see something called as planetary details, and under that you will see the first thing mentioned is ascendant. Against the ascendant there will be a zodiac sign mentioned. Okay, the zodiac sign is your ascending sign or the ascendant or the lagna. So the entire prediction is based on that. The lagna based calculations are always accurate because we are looking at all the planets, all the 16 planets. Okay, and mind you, we are doing the entire thing on the basis of scientific astrology. Scientific astrology means what? We believe that whatever is supposed to happen will happen. No tantra mantra yantra, doing some like wearing a stone or like trying to do some remedies. Nothing works. There is nothing called as remedy. Okay, whatever we are supposed to go through, we will go through. So my guidance will be on the basis of what are the problems that you're going to face. Look at those problems, face the problems, manage the problems and march ahead. And of course, you need to be focusing more on your positives because that is where the hope is. Okay, harness your positives and march forward. Okay, so let's look at the challenges first. We need to get rid of those challenges, right? So let's look at them first. The first challenge that I'm looking at is that you have your 7th lord, planet Y, debilitated in your 10th house. Okay, 7th house means relationships and 10th house is career. Okay, now that's a tricky situation because 7th house means relationships. So there is some sort of a connection between your career and your relationship, and that is giving you trouble. Now, what it can mean? It can be many things. Like it can be like your spouse will tell you, oh, you're always into work. You're not giving me time. Simple thing. Or it can be like your spouse or your family, there is some issue that is going on which is impacting your work. Okay, or it can be vice versa. You're so much tied up in your work that you're not able to give time to family. So one of these things can be becoming a pattern in this year. So be very careful with that. Okay. Second one we're looking at is you have a planet weak in the 5th house. Okay, this has been there since about a year and a half. So since 2023 or 22 actually, the planet Z has been weak in the 5th house. 5th house means love, romance and relationships. 5th house also indicates children. So some of you may be having some challenge connected with the child, but some of you can be having some challenges connected to your relationships. So love, romance, relationships, that's a constant thing we're talking about, right? But some of you also could have had some sort of a challenges connected to your stomach or a lower abdomen. So maybe that is giving you some trouble and you need to manage that, figure that out. But some of you of course would have been facing some challenges connected with your love, romance and relationship. And it is only, if you've been facing the love, romance, relationship issues in the last 2 years, it's only going to intensify in this year. So that's going to be an additional trouble. Shani has been weak in your 12th house since 2 years. So since 2022, Saturn is your 11th lord weak in the 12th. 11th house means what? Results. 12th house means what? Losses. So you've been trying to do a lot of things, but there has been like some small defeats you've been facing, or many times you try to do a lot of things, but it is not happening. It is not coming to that conclusion. So that kind of a tricky situation you must have been facing. This year also is going to be like that. Okay. So now let's look at the positives. Okay. So the first positive that I have to tell you is that the planet Uranus, okay, is there in your 2nd house. 2nd house is money, okay, and all of you who have a planet Uranus very powerful in your chart, monetarily you would have been doing decently well in the last 3-4 years, and that will continue to be so. And you're going to give some, sort of continue to do that kind of a monetary thing. It's going to be a good thing. In fact, if you also have a Pluto strong in the chart, because Pluto is very powerful in the 11th house for you. So since the pandemic times, the Pluto has been powerful for you. And if you have a powerful Pluto as well as a powerful Uranus, then you are a lucky person because 2nd house is money and 11th house is business results, and you are like, wow, you've been doing well. Okay, and if you're somebody born in 1981, you may also have Neptune powerful in the 1st house, then it's like Sone Pe Suhaga, which means you're doing very well. Okay, so enjoy, cool, that's nice. But if you have a planet weak in the, Uranus is weak in the 2nd house is money. So you have to be a little careful about your money. Monetarily, you may drain some money. There could be some drain in finances. And this would have been a pattern in the last 3-4 years. It will continue to be so even in this year. And if at all you have a Pluto strong weak in the chart, okay, in the 11th house, then you need to be even more careful, because Pluto in the 11th can drain your finances, drain your money. Okay, so it will give you some that trouble, and especially it is a 9th lord. 9th house means foreign countries, international work. So some sort of a foreign country connected thing is not giving you results; it's giving you losses. And if you have both the Uranus and Pluto weak in the chart, then you be very careful. You're going to be losing a lot of money. So be careful. And talking about Neptune is there in the first house for you. First house means personality. So as a person, I mean, if your Neptune is strong in the chart, you're going to do, I mean, there's going to be like some sort of you'd already got some promotions or something, in those lines in the last 2 years. Since 2021, if you already got some sort of a promotion, then that means you continue to do your work and you're going to be doing a good job. Okay, and if you also have planet Uranus and Pluto strong in the chart, then it is like, as I said, it's going to be fantastic. Okay, and you enjoy that stint then. If your Neptune is weak in the chart, so since about 2 years or so, you wouldn't have been able to be at your best. You're trying so hard, but you're not able to make things happen. And in this year also, and that struggles will continue a bit. If you have a weak Neptune, then you have a planet weak in the 5th house of recognition. You have a weak planet in the 10th house of career. You also have a planet weak in the 1st house of personality. So which means as a person, you're not able to be at your best. So challenging times, you will have to manage it. And also I'm looking at the planet X, which is there in your 4th house. 4th house is land, property, real estate. In the last 2 years, if at all you had any chance to buy a property, buy a land or something, then it would have been good, great, so fantastic. If you were not able to do that, if you have a chance to do it now. Okay, if your planet X is positive. If a planet X is not positive in the chart, then be careful about land and properties. You may get into some sort of a trouble, so be careful about that. So don't get into any kind of a tricky thing. You may get into some trouble. Okay, and finally, I want to talk about one important planet which is moving into your 2nd house. Okay, and that planet is called as Chiron, Chiron, Chiron. And this body is going to come in April, somewhere around in April, and it is coming into 2nd house. It's your 5th lord coming into 2nd house. Okay, so finally, now this planet, you have to again figure out if this planet is strong in your chart. If Chiron is strong in your horoscope, it's your 5th lord getting exalted. So if you're a person who's into anything to do with technology, showbiz, marketing, media, entertainment, finance, you're going to be doing well. Okay, or if at all you want to start any kind of a business activity or anything connected to showbiz, media, marketing, entertainment, you're going to be doing well. Okay, and generally speaking, even some of your investments can give you some sort of a good returns. Okay, I know it's like you'll have to figure out which of your planet is strong, which of your planet is weak, and you'll have to figure out, and then you'll have to match the following. Okay, and do it. Okay, but what I want to of course tell you is that Chiron is going to be the major transit, and if you have a weak Chiron in your chart, then be very careful with your investments. See, if your Chiron is weak, if your Uranus is also weak, then boss, be very careful with your money. Your 5th lord is going to get debilitated. You have a planet weak in the 5th house. 5th house means what? Speculation. So your Uranus is weak, your Chiron is weak, then be very careful with any kind of a speculation. You may lose money. Okay, so it all depends on what kind of a planet that you have in your chart. Whatever is there in the horoscope is what will manifest. Okay, during the transits. Okay, so thank you so much, people, for watching this video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do consider. Yeah, come on, what are you doing? For you, it's just a click of the button. Okay, but for me, it's a very important thing. Okay, so please do it.